Oh, hi, Mama. Welcome to the Manifesting Motherhood podcast. My name is Jessie LeVay-Count, and I'm a certified life and fertility coach who specializes in the art of using manifestation to call your babies home. I'm obsessed with helping you fall back in love with yourself, step into your power, say yes to your best life, and manifest the family of your dreams. If you're trying to conceive, and you want to learn how to manifest not only your pregnancy, but a life full of laughter and adventure and beautiful memories with your babies, then you have come to the right place. My goal on this podcast is to help you see that you are meant for motherhood and provide you with the tools, strategies, resources, and support you need to step into your mama energy and bring your baby home. This podcast will serve as your weekly dose of fertile girl energy and the mindset work you need to quantum jump into your mama timeline. We're going to have an absolute blast, and thank you so much for hitting that play button today. Let's make some magic and make some babies. Welcome, beautiful baby makers, back to the Manifesting Motherhood podcast, where we are creating a freaking movement. We are changing the way women are TTC all over the planet. We are creating happier mamas who create happier babies, mamas who deeply love themselves and can teach their babies to do the same, mamas who are living a big, bold, beautiful life, saying yes to a life that baby cannot wait to come home to, and then calling their babies home from that place. I love you so much. I'm so excited to dive into today's episode. I love you so much. I have to call you out on this. I have to call it like I see it. And I want to talk to you a little bit about why your beliefs dictate what manifests for you. And it's time to call attention to this because this is something that I see a lot of, especially on TikTok. And I really want to talk to you guys about this today. So I'm popping on with this quick little episode because this really fires me up, and not in a way that like it makes me mad, but in a way that like you guys are sleeping on so much power. So here's what I'm seeing. So I'll make a TikTok video, or I will see this on other people's TikTok videos, and I'll get so many people commenting on this video saying manifesting, and they'll put the little stars, or like manifesting this for next cycle. You commenting manifesting on a bunch of videos and even clicking save on those videos is not going to manifest your baby. It's not going to do it. You're not taking any actual action, and you're not making changes to who you are. Because if you are in my world for any length of time, you will learn that you do not manifest what you want. You manifest who you are. And let me give you some practical examples, like just purely practical. You will not let yourself have more than you believe you can have. You will not let yourself be more than you think you can be. And so let's just take it to a practical example for just a second. I use this example a lot of the time. If we take it out of baby making for just a second, like if you sincerely believe that all rich people are assholes and like jerks, and you have this value in you that says, I want to be a nice person, I want to be a good person, right? You refuse to be an asshole, then you will not allow yourself to be wealthy. You won't allow it. And if you do come into any money, you're going to find a way to get rid of it as fast as possible because you don't want to be a jerk. So your belief dictates your income level, right? You won't let yourself have more money than you think is, and I'm not saying this is, a catch-all for why people make what they make, but it's a very important piece to this is like, you won't let yourself have more than whatever that cutoff is where you think now you're going to be a jerk. Now you're unrelatable. Now you're unaware of what's happening to the peons below you. You know what I mean? And another example that I use is that, raise your hand if you've ever had a friend. We're going to call her Susan, okay? If you've ever had a friend that keeps attracting all of these shitty guys on Hinge and Bumble, these horrible, horrible men she keeps dating, she's calling you up on the phone, she's wondering, what is wrong with me? They keep ghosting me, they never call me, blah, 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 blah. Why do I keep attracting all of these horrible men? And you know the answer for Susan. Like, you know the answer for her. The reason is practical at the level where you know that she's looking in shitty places for shitty men. But imagine that Susan, like, knew the answer as well. The answer that you know. Susan needs, obviously, to change what she believes she's worthy of. if she held higher standards for herself and decided that instead of meeting shitty guys on Hinge, she was going to go follow her passions and become the best version of herself and live a big, bold, beautiful life, put herself first. You know that if she did this, if she shifted in this way, that she would inevitably meet somebody at a painting workshop or at a party or somebody who's going to be super into the things that she's into, right? And they would be a great match, and he would likely be a more high quality man. He would be somebody who would value her for who she is, but she has to feel into that belief for herself. She has to change what she believes she's worthy of, right? She has to change what she believes to be true about the world and the way that it works for her, about love and the way that it works for her, about what she deserves. So wherever those beliefs are coming from for her, that's what she's got. You know this answer. You can see it. This is probably something that you have been through. And so let's bring it back to what we were talking about earlier. You commenting, and when I say you, I don't mean you specifically. I mean people commenting, quote unquote, manifesting on a bunch of videos is not making shifts in your beliefs. And your beliefs are what dictate what manifests for you. Who you believe yourself to be, what you believe to be true about the world and the way that it works for you. That is what determines what manifests for you. The reason why Susan continues to manifest these relationships is because she believes that something is true. She believes she only deserves a certain amount of love. She believes that she isn't worthy of X amount of texts back from her partner. Do you know what I mean? Like you can take a look at this at a very granular level and you can see what her beliefs about herself are. This is very practical. And that is no different when it comes to baby making. So if you are holding beliefs that say, everybody gets what I want and I never get it, I always get the shit end of the stick. If that's a belief that you're holding. If you're holding beliefs that say, I have to work really hard for what I want. If you're holding beliefs that say, nothing worth having is easy to get, you have to be willing to look at these beliefs if you want something to shift, because you will not let yourself override your beliefs. You will not let yourself override your beliefs and your core values. If hard work is something that is really important to you, you will not let this be easy. You won't let yourself override that value. And I love you so much, but if you're holding a belief that is causing you to feel like a victim of this circumstance, and feeling like a victim has gotten you somewhere in life or gotten you new things in your life, and that's the way that you've approached your life, you being the victim, then if you're not willing to override that, you're going to continue to manifest the same situation over and over again. You're going to self-sabotage every single time at a practical and an energetic level, because then you can't play the victim anymore. If you love being the victim, and this is not like you're doing something wrong, like this was me. I loved playing the victim. I loved it. I loved it when everybody felt bad for me. I loved it when I was in a bunch of pain and everybody was like, oh yes, life is so hard for you. I loved that shit. I ate it up. I'm a Leo. My extra energy can go either direction. And so I need you to know that that was me too. This is not me calling you out saying that you're a bad person or that you're doing something bad. This is just me being radically honest with myself about the coping mechanisms that I had and the beliefs and the values that I held and the things that I had to rewrite. I was so addicted to that story of, I've been trying for X amount of years, I have this diagnosis, it's never going to be easy for me, don't you fucking dare tell me that it will be, don't you try to make me feel better, I want you to sit in the shit with me. That is what I wanted. And because those things were important to me, they created safety for me somewhere along the way in my life. They created safety for me, or they got me something that I wanted, or they helped other people want to do things for me, right? Like those kinds of patterns, you won't override those until you feel safe enough to write new beliefs. And I will tell you what, you cannot call the person that you want to be in. You cannot start being her, that mama that you want to be, if you are not willing to leave the old you behind. All of those old beliefs. And so we need to shift that shit up. What you believe to be true about the world and the way that it works. And so if you're holding on to these beliefs, but you're commenting, manifesting on a bunch of videos, I love you so much, but it's not doing anything. It's not moving the needle. we need to shift these beliefs up. We absolutely do. And if you're looking for a place to start in terms of shifting up those beliefs, I will tell you that the Manifesting Motherhood Club membership is the place for you. It absolutely is. I know this community will change your life with the Telegram community that we have inside. It is absolute fire. Those women, they are becoming mamas. They will not let you sit in your shit. They will help you rewrite your beliefs in real time. I'm in there. I'm doing mentorship all the time in there, inside that chat as well. We're running challenges every month. We've got an entire content vault with subconscious reprogramming and workshops and courses and classes and PDFs and everything you can think of to get yourself like in this headspace of like shifting your beliefs, actually moving the energetic needle to bring your baby home faster and easier. So get yourself in there, get yourself around women who believe differently than you do, because honestly, if you're just in these spaces where people are echoing back your same beliefs to you, like on TTC TikTok or in Facebook communities that are supposed to be for support, but where it's like, oh, this is so hard, this is so unfair. And you're like, yeah, that's what I've been saying. That's what I was just thinking 5 minutes ago. If those are the communities that you're in and the messages that you're hearing and they're matching the ones you have now, get yourself in new ones, because it's going to be next to impossible to change your beliefs if that's what you are interacting with on a daily basis. It's going to be impossible to change like what starts to manifest for you. It's going to be very hard to change that. You're constantly trying to manifest from this belief. But this is so hard. This is so unfair. It's really important to me that this stays unfair. I want to feel that this is unfair. I am justified in this. I'm justified in feeling that this is unfair, right? And that's what we want. We want that validation. Once you are willing to let go of the need for that validation, you are willing to, and the bridge to a higher vibration on the vibrational scale of emotions, to like calling in higher like aligned experiences, like joyful, gratitude-filled, awe-inspiring, adventuring experiences, including but not limited to manifesting your baby. The key to getting into those states is being willing to leave the old ones behind. And it's not toxic positivity in the way that we are shoving down emotions or pushing them away. It is the process, it's learning the process of honoring those emotions. So methodically moving them through your body, intentionally moving them through your body in a somatic way. And then when you are ready, choosing a new story or a new energy. We're not pushing anything down, we're not pushing it away, but I will tell you we are forward focused. We are forward focused inside the Manifesting Motherhood movement. We are going up and up only. We are honoring you every step of the way, and we're going to love you through it. But I promise you that we're forward focused. And Mama, you've been doing things this way for so long. You've been in these beliefs for so long, these same beliefs that you've held. And if it was going to work, it would have worked by now. It would have worked by now. If hating yourself the whole way through this was going to work, it would have worked by now. And it's time for something new. So let's go. Let's move, Mama. I love you so much. Let's shift up these beliefs. Let's change what manifests for you. Let's bring that baby home. Go make today amazing. This is going to land so hard for somebody, and this episode is going to change somebody's life. Absolutely. I will see you inside the Manifesting Motherhood Club, and I will see you in the next episode. I love you. Bye, mamas. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. If you absolutely loved what you heard today, if it created a shift for you or gave you permission to look at your journey to motherhood in a new way, if it made you feel lighter, anything like that, be sure to leave me a review on iTunes so that I can keep the good stuff flowing your way, Mama. And if you don't already follow me on social media, come grab the extra manifesty vibes over on TikTok, where you'll find me as @manifestingmotherhood, or visiting my website at ohimama.com. I love you so big, Mama, and cannot wait to connect with you in the next episode. In the meantime, go out there and say yes to that life that baby cannot wait to come home to.